Hello, my name is Isaac Pitman, and welcome to my Strategic Goal Initiative presentation. My strategic goal that I've selected from the Oxnard Union High School District is that we want to improve the higher quality of education as well as fostering meaningful relationships on campus. This aligns perfectly with our mission and vision as a district, where we want to allow students to achieve maximize their abilities and resources in an enriching environment through educators and staff members on our multiple school sites. The reason why I decided to go after improving our higher quality of education as well as fostering meaningful relationships is we have a youth truth survey that is given out in the state of California that measures up how the feedback from parents, students, and staff members about what they view our school district as and certain topics. And one of the biggest issues from the Youth Truth Survey was that we students are not getting a high quality education. That was the feedback from students, parents, as well as our staff members. And so we measured below the 50th percentile, and our goal is to be above into that 51 percentile compared to last year's scores when it comes to a higher quality education. The reasoning for improving and fostering more meaningful relationships on campuses and school sites also comes from our Youth Truth Survey. The Youth Truth Survey showed from students, parents, as well as staff members that students don't feel like they have a meaningful relationship on campus, and so do staff. Staff feel like they don't find meaningful relationships on campus with other staff members. And so we want to make sure that our goal, this action plan, has measurable progress through when we have to give out these Youth Truth Surveys next year, that we notice an improvement through these strategical goals and attainable access that I plan to approach it with. So how do you access my equitable access? How's my plan? What's my plan going to be? Well, as you're sitting here and listening to me, my plan is for my higher quality education, we could utilize a resource called Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a great resource that allows students to have computerized training and tutorials and online lessons, as well as assessments built in, check for understandings and assessments for all topics ranging from kindergarten all the way to college level topics. And as a high school district, we have students that come in at multiple different abilities, both in math as well as English, as I've noticed in our California dashboard scores as well, and our CASP testing. That's another area that shows that we need to improve our higher quality education so we can improve our CASP scores. Well, Khan Academy allows students to get that individualized, monitored, and met at support through both in the class as teachers can facilitate it, as well as on their own at home. Now, the key is with Khan Academy is that we need to make sure that we utilize some of our capital resources for this. This will have to cause us to use some funding. Now, we've used Canva, and we have a contract with Clever, which is another online digital platform that allows us to have multiple apps inside of it. But when it comes to our budgeting, we would have to actually look at the budget of it would cost us about $169,000 because it's about $10 per student for Khan Academy. So the capital resource that we need to dive into as you're listening is that we need to make sure we go into the capital resource of our Title I funding and our LCAP funding. Now, the subcategory of our LCAP funding that Khan Academy and some of our educational technology comes under, it would take us about 15%, 11% of our budget to buy the sponsorship for Khan Academy. And I think that's a worthwhile investment if we are utilizing it to the best of our ability. And the roles that are being played in this best of its ability use is that the teachers need to find a way to integrate it into their curriculum, lesson planning as a support, and that means we might need to have either PD days, have development days on our off days where we can help teachers and educators learn how to utilize this resource of Khan Academy. But I believe if Khan Academy is used properly, we will have our students improving in scores in all subjects because this platform meets the students where they're at. Another reason that this also has equitable access to all students is because in our district, every student gets a computer, every student gets a Chromebook. So when it comes to applying and purchasing an online platform, all students in our school district have a computer that is serviceable. We also give out portable Wi-Fi boosters or at-home Wi-Fi for our McKinney-Vento, our at-home or foster or homeless students, so they can have that resource if needed. But On campus, we have Wi-Fi and all internet, so access to Khan Academy is available for all people. And our goal with Khan Academy is not only achieving higher quality education, but improving our CASP scores, as well as improving how students view our educational rigor and parents in the Youth Truth Survey. Now, to the PBIS strategies and the positive behavior intervention strategies that I just summed up. This could come in a lot of one-liners. We've been rolling out PBIS as a school district for the last 2 years, basically. Maybe basically since the pandemic, actually, if you've been around with us. But the biggest issue has been, how do we build these PBI strategies not only from teacher to student, but then student to home, as well as student to student. And so we've come up with some one-liners where it's walk and talk, no phone zone, one or none when it comes to earbud use, and treating others the way you want to be treated. So really try to build these positive behavior intervention strategies that we can equip not only our students, but also our parents and family members, because they have a role they need to play in this, especially when it comes to the behavior of our students. So this leads me to saying that we need to make sure that we are equipping our parents through either not personal development, open houses, seminars, meetings, and also maybe messaging out on messaging platforms to help them with PBIS strategies so that they can help implement them at home just as well as we're implementing them on campus. Now, when it comes to messaging and getting things out to our parents, because what role does our parents and families play? They play a huge role in making sure that our goals are achieved. So, as research through this class and looking back at what we use as a district already, we have a platform called Parent Square. Parent Square is a great resource for to stay in communication with parents, send out surveys, get feedback, as well as giving us timely updates with milestones and measurable goals. Okay, so how do we get parental involvement and parental communication? Well, using Parent Square, it can help us measure and report results to our parents, as well as getting feedback from our parents. I want to get milestone when it comes to achieving these goals. I want to achieve my milestones in a monthly standard with quarter feedback. So every month I want to get a feedback from you parents about how you feel like our Khan Academy is doing at home. What's the feedback from the parents? How is our PBIS? Are you noticing behavioral improvements, regressions, problems from the home front? Because your voice as a parent, as a stakeholder, really matters to us. Now, as we go to the side of the teachers and the side of the students, the roles that they play when it comes to measuring is that we're going to be looking at grades, we're going to be looking at attendance, we're going to be looking at all these measurable school site progress metrics to help us understand how these strategic goals when it comes to a higher level of higher quality education is going, as well as PBIS strategies. We could monitor on Khan Academy students' involvement and students' usage. We could monitor their Chromebook usage as a district as well. And so at the end of every month, we're going to get a data report from our lit coach. Our lit coach is our technology coach at all school sites, and they will help provide us with data on how Khan Academy is using, and then we're going to cross-check that with students' grades. Now, we're going to really focus in to start with the core 4 subjects, math, English, science, history, and see how they're doing there. But this Khan Academy can be expanded to our extracurricular content, even from music to world languages, physics. We can get very, very in-depth with the electives that we offer as a school district that Khan Academy can provide supports for. So measuring it will come through a monthly check-in through the lit coach surveys and data reports, but also we'll be sending out surveys on Parent Square to allow to hear feedback from the parents, hear feedback from other community members about what they are seeing from their student when it comes to higher quality education, as well as positive behavioral strategies. As a teacher and as an educator, our role is definitely having, when it comes to PBIS, greeting kids at the door, being welcoming, having a communication, working with them, and seeing them more than just a body in the classroom. And so those are some of the big key roles that we need to have as parents, students, and educators. Now, administration has a big role as well, and I know I'm presenting this to you as a lot with the strategic goal, but administration has to make sure that we are supporting all stakeholders. Administration needs to make sure they communicate the use of funds. We're going to be communicating how the progress being monitored as well as the support being implemented, okay? Your feedback really does matter as I provide this platform for you in my strategical video. And we want to make sure we are adjusting and adapting at these monthly check-ins from your survey on Parent Square and your other feedback from your students and teachers, that we want to adjust our action plan the best that we can so that we are meeting our students and moving the needle in the right direction. Again, a lot of data analysis will be broken down. School districts will hopefully have we hope to have a usage rate of 25% of Khan Academy, if not higher, by the quarter. We want to see these numbers jump. We want to see that our investment is worth it. And I really just hope that you guys are aware that this is going to be a process. This is not going to just happen overnight. And so, what's my call to action for you guys? What's the battle cry? The battle cry is the mission and vision. It's getting the most out of our abilities and talents and treasures that our students have to making them excel in life post high school. And I think if we equip our students with the proper tools and self-learning resources like Khan Academy, they could learn in the class and teacher monitor, but also they can go home and learn how to be their own, take ownership of their learning at their own time, as well as positive behavioral strategies, learning how to interact in this world in a positive manner when conflict arises and other issues might arise, to have the proper strategies and being equipped. This could really help us create students and young adults that will contribute to society and not only improve our CASP scores, because yes, that's the goal as a school. Can we get better CASP scores? Can we get better results on our Youth Truth Survey, as I stated? Can we move the needle? But at the end of the day, we want these kids to become better humans, better people, and represent our school district and represent their families in a light that everyone can be proud of. And so my call to action for you parents is support, ask questions, get involved, and we're going to try our best to reach you as much as we can through our platforms. My call to action for the teachers: give it an honest shot. Please, we are here as administrators to help you. We're here to work with you, but you need to give it an honest chance. And if you're stuck, admit it, and we will love to come alongside and help you. But please, if you give Khan Academy and these PBIS strategies an honest chance, I will tell you right now, we will be better as a school district. And to the students that are in the room listening to this presentation, students, you guys, you feel like you're the test guinea pigs on this. This seems new, this seems uncomfortable, but you need to have grace for yourself, and you need to have grace for your teachers and parents as we go through this process of improving. Because at the end of the day, all that we're doing is trying to doing it in the betterment of you. And so students in the building, please just hang in there. Give us the good feedback we need, whether it's good news or bad news. We need feedback as we move forward as a school district, and we will get you guys to become better people, not only better students. So, as administrators, we will make sure to continue to communicate. As the board members and the district members up top and up the top of the board office and the district board office, they're going to continue to manage and find funding, but as admin, we will reach out to the board, and we will be the voice for them. But if you guys want to voice your opinion, you can always go to our board meetings on Wednesdays and communicate what you think needs to be said. Again, I hope this action plan is something that you guys can get behind. This strategic goal is something you can get behind, and I believe that if we all come together and work and communicate and have transparency through this process, we will become a better school district and make better contributors to the society. So again, thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.